Good evening, world. This is Ivan Omer. Good morning, world. Sorry. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. This is going to be another very interesting video. Hope you guys enjoyed my past two videos. Live. That video was sick. The one you made early in the morning yesterday. Yeah. That's why I said interesting video. It was an interesting video. Ivan, you really considering other actors? Yes. I'm not just going to choose his names actors without seeing their reels. I'm going to have all those actors come in and read. I'm going to have other actors compete with them, obviously. I'm going to have those actors fight for the roles. I'm not just going to hand you the role. No, you gotta fight for it, man. You gotta fight for the role. I'm not just going to hand you the role. The only one who'll be handed the role is Idris Elba and, Andy Serkis and, Danielle Minette. I can't picture anyone better for the role than those actors. I can't see anyone who would be better for the role of Takis the First than Idris Elba. I saw him in Marvel. I'm like, yes, he's per for Takis the First. Andy Serkis is per for Job. I can't see anyone be better for Job than Andy Serkis. But Andy Serkis is Andy Serkis. He's an interesting character, the guy. Obviously. And Danielle Minette is per for Mary. Whenever I read the book and I talk about Mary, a bigger woman, I always picture Danielle Minette in my mind. Even Peter Jackson, Ivan, she's perfect. She's perfect for Mary Ivan. I can't picture anyone else better for the role. Yeah, you can't picture anyone better for the role than Danielle Minette, man. Whereas Yvonne Joji, the actor who did Slumdog Millionaire, he did a movie called Green Knight. I saw him in a trailer. He had this beard. He did some medieval movie. I'm like, oh my god, he's perfect for Papyri too. Yeah, you can have those two guys fight for the role. Who's better? I don't know. I went on Google. I saw his picture. That guy's perfect for Papyri too. He's a little older than Yvonne Joji. He's a couple years older than Yvonne Joji. Yvonne Joji's my age. He's 30, whereas the other guy is 32. He's a bit older than Yvonne Joji. Yvonne Joji is most likely chosen. I'm going to have the other guy compete with him for the role of Papyri. Because they're both really good. Peter, what do you think of this guy here? The guy who did Slumdog Millionaire, he did this movie called Green Knight. Ivan, he's perfect for Papyri too, Ivan. Yeah, you think he should compete for the role? Yeah, Ivan, have him compete for the job. We'll see who's better, obviously. But something tells me I'm going to end up going with Yvonne Joji. Something tells me Yvonne Joji is a better man for Papyri than the other guy. Because the other guy, he looks a little bit more Indian. He's an Indian dude, obviously, but he also looks a little Arabic too. He looks Pakistani-ish, Arabic. Yvonne Joji has a little bit of that Arabic look too. Indian Arabic look, you know what I'm saying? That's why they're both really good. You can picture them. They remind me of someone like Jesus' disciples, right? That's why they're really good for Papyri. When I think of Papyri, I think something like Yvonne Joji and that Peck guy, whatever his name is. The guy who's one, I'm picturing something like that, and he has this beard. He's a young guy. He's a farmer boy. Yeah, he lives in Cyrus. Yeah, farmer boy turned badass, right? Because Papyri fights in the war and everything. He fights in the caves. He fights in the war. Yeah, it's a tough choice. They're both really good, man. Yeah. That's why I'm going to have that talk with Peter Jackson. And I'm only going to have the talk with Peter Jackson for the major stars about who I should cast. I'm going to fly in all the main actors. Whereas the minor actors, I'll just have Jon Favreau and decide who to choose. Hey, guys, I don't have time. Look, John Dave. Guillermo del Toro, I don't have time to be looking at to be discussing all the reels for the minor characters. You guys are going to have to choose who's best. I'm trusting you guys to choose the best characters for my movie. I know about we'll choose the best characters. Yeah, you choose the best minor characters, obviously. Whereas the stars for Zayn, I want to be involved in that because I don't want to make a mistake and fucking choose the wrong actor. And that's why I want to have these actors read, man. That way I know for sure I chose the best actor. Okay, John Boyega, you're on a book. Tessitones is very sarcastic. I want you to read this scene. Read the scene. I want to see how you look, obviously, in the scene. Okay, I'll read it. And I'll have Michael B. Jordan read the scene. And I'll have Daniel Kaluuya read this. Kaluuya, whatever his name is. Daniel Kaluuya read the scene, too. And we'll see who's best for the role, obviously. High chance, 70% chance I'll choose John Boyega over the other two. But I might choose the other guys. You never know. Obviously. If John A gets angry, he has to understand, John. Like this is business. This is part of the this is business. It's nothing personal. It's business, obviously. I want to make the best movie possible. I want to make sure I chose the right people. I'm not just going to hire you and not have you come in and read. No, I'm also going to have Keanu Reeves and Scarlett Johansson and all them come and read too. I might have Keanu Reeves compete with other people too. I might have Keanu Reeves compete with Matt Damon. I might have him compete with maybe Christian Bale. I might have him compete with other actors. Because I'm not just going to hand him the role. No, man, you have to fight for the role, man. That's how it works. Obviously. There's a high chance Keanu Reeves is chosen. As Keanu Reeves has a stronger presence than Matt Damon, in my opinion. I don't think Matt Damon will beat Keanu Reeves for the role, obviously. I don't think anyone will beat him for the role. And I don't think anyone will beat Ben Affleck for what? I don't think anyone will beat Ben Affleck for the what? For the Big Boss. As he's perfect for the Big Boss. But I might have to compete with other actors. You know what I'm saying? To give other actors an opportunity. The bigger ones, right? Yeah. Wait, I'm not enough about the Great Escape. The Great Escape is in a long time from now. I'm gonna focus on Zanes because Zanes is not too far away. Zanes is in a couple of years now. I don't know, 2026 around there. I'm gonna be what? I'm gonna be hard at work in the office for Last of Zanes movie project, based off my book, obviously, right? I'm gonna be hard at work in the office for Last of Zanes. Hence why I love talking about Zanes the most. Because Zanes is the best story ever told, and it'll be the best movie out of my 5 movies. Biggest budget, best story ever told. Yeah, man. Hence why, yeah. I guarantee Yvonne is pissed off. What the fuck, man? Look, man. Yvonne Doji, I'm not just gonna hand you the role. You have to fight for the job. And I wanna see you read for the part and see how you look on screen. And me and Peter are gonna have the other guy read. The guy from Slumdog Millionaire. We're gonna decide who's best for the role. I can't think of anyone else better for the role than those two guys. I think those are the two guys. Those are my two guys. I'm gonna have them compete for the job. Let's see who's better for the job. Avon Jojo or that Peck guy, whatever his name is, the guy from Slumdog, the guy from Green Knight, the movie. See if he's better for the job. Yeah, who's better? I don't know. They both have that Arabic Pakistani look, obviously, that disciple look. Hence why they're both really good. I saw the guy in Green Knight with his beard and everything. He looked really good for the movie, obviously. But Yvonne Jolie looks very good too with the beard too. They're both really, really good. Oh, the farmer boy, yeah. Avery Johnson, yeah. He's like, holy shit, Ivan, you're creative. Yeah, I could picture Yvonne Jolie and that actor as Papyri, the farmer boy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And the guy from Homeland, Saul, he can be Papyri's foster parent. I'm Sirius, obviously. Sirius is Papyri's stepfather, pretty much, right? He's his foster parent, pretty much. Papyri calls him Sirius, obviously, but it's his foster parent, pretty much, right? Papyri was what? He took pretty much Sirius took Papyri in as his own son. I don't want to why I don't want to spoil story for you. I don't want to spoil story for you, but you get a little backstory with Sirius how he took Papyri in as his own son at age like 15, and he taught Papyri how to farm. He taught him how to cook food. Papyri is a great cook, and he taught him how to farm. Papyri and Sirius are farmers. They're great farmers, obviously. He taught him how to farm, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's why I'm gonna have Yvonne Joje and that guy fight for the role. And Yvonne Joje knows if he's chosen. He can see the future. He knows, obviously. He most likely is chosen. High chance I will choose him over the other guy because Yvonne Joje has more of that youthful look than the other guy. The other guy looks a little bit older than him, obviously, and the other guy looks a little bit more Indian. But Yvonne Joje looks a little Indian too. He also looks Arabic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yvonne Joje is not Indian and he's not Arabic. He's what? He's British, Canadian, and he's also, I think he has what? What's that? What are those people called again? Oh, he's something else. He has multiple multiple what? Yeah, like Yvonne Joje has a British Canadian accent. He sounds Canadian, but he also sounds a little British because he has a dual like British Canadian citizenship. Obviously, He's Canadian, but he's also British, Alon Jose. And his parents are from I forget where they are. Danish or something like that. I don't know what he is. He's something like that. He's not Arabic, but he looks a little Arabic. You see what I'm saying? And the other guy looks Arabic too. He looks like Pakistani-ish Arabic. Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm thinking something of that look for Papyri. I'm thinking of that look. That look of Jesus' disciple. Yeah. You're like, yeah, Ivan, yeah, that Jesus disciple look. Yeah, yeah. That's perfect for Papyri, Ivan. Holy shit, you're creative. Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking some of that for Papyri. He's like, holy shit, Ivan. Yeah, yeah, I can see these two guys as Papyri. Yeah. Whereas Eli, I see him as an older dude who has like authority. Hence why um, John Rice Davis is perfect for Eli, as well as the Bernard Hill guy. I went online. Bernard Hill is the same age as they're exactly the same age. He's 77, turning 78 this year, so they're both going to be in their 80s when they do my movie. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. My biggest fear though was that like I don't want them. I don't know what. I don't know. Filming ends. I don't know. Filming happens. You know what I'm saying? And then what? Filming happens and then what? They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Yeah. What I'll do is I'm gonna have a lot of stunt. I'm gonna have stunt doubles for John Rice Davis or Bernard Hill for Eli. When they do the fighting scenes, I'll have them do some fighting scenes, but whenever they can't do certain scenes, I'll have stunt doubles for them who are gonna jump in and do the fighting scenes for them because they're a lot older, obviously, right? Bernard Hill and John Rice Davis are not as young as they used to be. In Lord of the Rings, they were in their late 50s, and now they're in their late 70s. You see what I'm saying? Huh? Back then, they were like 58, 57 years old when they filmed Lord of the Rings, and now they're like 77. They're all 77, 78. People be like, yeah, I think these two actors are good. I'm going to have Bernard Hill. I can't picture anyone else better for Eli. I'm going to have Bernard Hill and John Rice Davis fight for the role of Eli. And I'll pay Bernard Hill $3 million. That's a good paycheck for him. 0.01% of profits. And I'll pay John Rice Davis $5 million. That's a good paycheck for him. And I'll give him 0.01% of the profits. That's a good paycheck for John Rice Davis. You can enjoy his nice millions for the remaining, 5 years of his life, 7, 8 years of his life. Hopefully he makes it. My prayer is that they make it to at least their mid-90s. And they enjoy their nice millions for the good, 8, 9, 10 months. I'm saying, nice paycheck for them. Yeah. My camera's upside down again. What's going on here? Okay. Yeah, man, I'm enjoying that Anything You Can Imagine book. I binged the shit out of the book today. I read another 30 pages. I even know what page you want. I don't know. I'm 200. I'm 200 and 30, 40 pages into the book. Around there. And the book is no, sorry, I'm 200 60. Give me a second. Let me check. Sorry, I am 340 pages into the book, and the book is 540 pages. I binged the whole thing in 1 week, man. I got the book 4 days ago, and I'm already 340 pages into the book. I've been binging 40. Yesterday I binged 100 pages. Today I binged 30 pages. Fucking interesting. It's about Peter Jackson's life, his journey of Middle Earth. Yeah, man. It's an amazing story, man. It's a fucking amazing story. I'm learning quite a few things about Hollywood, what happens. New Line Cinema did parties for the actors too, I heard, but they didn't do a party at a luxury hotel. They did a party at the CEO's mansion, $11 million mansion. But I told you, the CEO's $11 million mansion is nothing compared to my $300 million condo. You see what I'm saying here? Because I'm gonna own a $300 million high tech super fancy condo, and the actors are getting a better experience than what they even get in Hollywood. Yeah, man. And I'm hosting my red carpet event at the hotel. I'm only going to do one red carpet event. I'm not going to do multiple red carpet events. No, I'm only going to do one red carpet event. It will take place at the Bergenstark luxurious hotel in Switzerland. I showed you guys those pictures. The actors going to be staying in those suites, man, for 2 days, and all crazy all you can drink alcohol party for 6 hours, 6.5 hours for all the actors and the entire crewmen. Whereas in Hollywood, they only invite the stars and directors and producers to the parties, and maybe the screenwriters. Whereas for my company, all the crewmen are part of the party. Whereas in Hollywood, they don't do that. Hollywood, when they do parties, they only invite the stars. That's it. and some of the crewmen, right? You're looking at a crazy red carpet. What you even got for the Cannes Film Festival for Fellowship of the Ring? Something crazy. You're looking at crazier buzz. You know what I'm saying? The good thing about my company is Peter Jackson won't have to worry about. He won't have to worry about film critics and all that stuff critiquing the movie in the news because it's wide behind the scenes, obviously. But they will be critics critiquing my movie. But if they do, it'll be behind the scenes. They'll critique it behind the scenes, obviously. But it's why. Like when I go on the world tour, they're gonna ask Peter all these questions. Hey Peter, what would you say is the difference between Zayn's and Lord of the Rings? And Peter Jackson's like, I don't, guys, I don't want to make this a competition between my Lord of the Rings franchise. Lord of the Rings was my baby too. Zayn's my baby too. Yeah, Peter does not want to make it a competition. He doesn't want to compete with his Lord of the Rings franchise, obviously. But I told you, because I paid Peter more and I gave him his freedom, obviously, and I gave him an unlimited budget, Peter will be more invested in my movie than he was in Lord of the Rings. Because for Lord of the Rings, he was a dirty slave. Don't hate me, Peter. You had to do it, and what? He was... Yeah, Hollywood was fucking dirty as fuck, yes. Peter had to go into the trailer and do it, man. So even though he made all those millions, he had to do it, whereas Ivan paid me his free millions, and I'm spoiling him much more than fucking Warner Bros. Did. Warner Bros. Did give the actor some good perks. Like, I read in the movie that when the actors filmed in like Pine Studio and all that stuff in the studio, they stayed at hotels and sometimes Barry Osborne would buy them pizza and all that stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously. I'm going to do the same thing for the actors too. Whenever the actors film in a studio, obviously, I'm not going to have the chefs cook the food for the actors when they're filming in the studio. No. I'll have the chefs just stay in the middle of nowhere and they're going to cook the food for the remaining crewmen. And the crewmen who come with me who are the specific crewmen who are coming with me or filming the scenes in studio, obviously in the city, obviously I'll just order pizza. I'll tell my 7 team and Barry Osborne and all them to order pizza for everyone. I can easily afford it. Okay, how much people are there? I don't know, Ivan. There's a good 40 crewmen with us. Okay, order a good 25 boxes of pizza for everyone and 25 boxes of pizza. Where everyone buy a bunch of drinks and order food for them. I was like, easy afford it, obviously. And I'm gonna have the actors stay in nice $300 night rooms. Whereas Hollywood, they probably have the actors stay in maybe cheaper $150 night rooms, $200 night rooms. I'm gonna have the actors stay in nice $300. Me, Peter, when I'm all torn on, will stay in nice $300 night rooms when we film in studio. But I'm not gonna feed the entire crewman. No, I have my chefs who will take care of the crewmen in the middle of nowhere. Okay, guys, not all you guys can come with me. The only people who are going to come with me, guys, when we film in the studio, obviously, are the people who I need. The lighting people, the sound people, the cinematographers, the script supervisors, the directors, obviously, the first unit director, second unit, all those guys, they come with me, obviously. I only need to go, 35 crewmen coming with me for the studio, and then those guys will stay in their hotels for the 2 weeks that are for filming. And then once we're done filming that studio, a helicopter will take us back to the middle of nowhere. We're going to join the rest of the crew and we're going to film all those scenes on location. That's how it's going to work, obviously. That's why you're going to have to hire a lot of helicopters, pilots, to take you, directors, and actors to all these different filming locations. Because we're also going to have to build roads. If you're filming in the wilderness, there's some places that are not what? They're not drivable for cars. Hence, you have to build roads. You have to talk with the government. I'll make a deal with the government. Okay, we're going to have to build roads for cars to have access for cars. For the buses, for the extras, too. I'm going to lease buses for the extras. When filming's over, the bus takes them to the city, they can go home. And in the early morning, around 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, buses pick all the extras up in the city somewhere, and they take them to the location when we're filming, obviously. Right? Yeah. I have to rent hundreds of buses. Easy affordable. Big budget, obviously. I'll put a bit more money into the movie just in case. I'll put $990 just in case, an extra $10 million, because you're looking at a lot of additional costs. I have to rent buses too. I have to rent helicopters. Those are not cheap, man. To rent 12 helicopters will cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. But you gotta watch it for your budget, obviously, right? But 980 should be enough. But I'll put 990 or 985 just in case. 985 just in case. Put a bit more. I'll put 565 million towards the movie. And 410 towards salary, just in case. Peter, I'm going to put a bit more money into the movie just in case. You also have helicopter costs, the hotel costs for the actors when they're filming in studio. They're going to be staying in a hotel, obviously. when the actors go out to beer late at night. Okay, once filming's over, guys, around 12, you're more than welcome to go have a beer at the bar. I can come with you guys and have a beer with you. First round's on me, but everything else you're paying with your own money. You guys are already rich, and you're getting your nice fucking rich bi-weekly check. You're paying with your money. Peter Jackson's getting his nice bi-weekly check. And you guys tell him, he's paying with his own money for his beer. I'm not paying for you. See what I'm saying? I don't mind buying the first round for all the 30 crewmen and the actors who are filming in the studio, obviously. I'll buy first round's on me, but after that, what? I'll pay on my business account. First round's on me. After that, you're paying with your money. I'm not going to pay for all your fucking alcohol and have you duped like that. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't have the chefs. I can't have the chefs. I don't need the chefs to cook food for the actors and crewmen, the 30 crewmen during the 2 weeks. No, I'll just order food for them. I can have in the morning. I can have what? I can have a deal. I can do a deal with the hotel where the hotel feeds the actors for breakfast, obviously, and then for lunch I can order pizza for the actors, and then for dinner I can have my team go to the store and buy a bunch of desserts, cheesecake, all that stuff at a nice store for the crewmen and all the actors to eat dessert. You can do that for them. You buy drinks for them. That way they're fed, obviously. You have breakfast at the hotel. Someone else. And then the crewmen who are cooking food for the crewmen in the middle of nowhere, the crewmen aren't taking care of it in the middle of nowhere, in the wilderness, obviously. Because the chefs are all going to make the food for the crewmen, obviously. The only time the actors get to the buffet, obviously, will be when they're filming in the middle of nowhere with the crewmen, obviously. The crewmen in the middle of nowhere. As most of the movie will be filmed on location in the middle of nowhere. But the scenes when we're filming in the studio, like with the blue screen greasing with the indoor built sets, obviously, those you can feed the actors. You can have a whole feeding system in the hotel for breakfast. You can buy them pizza at lunch. Buy a lot of pizza that way. Make sure they're well fed. There's 30 crewmen and I don't know 8 actors filming that scene. And directors, because you're gonna have to order a good like 25 boxes of pizza. Well, it's easy affordable. I can easily afford it. Cost me a good it will cost me $1,000, $1,200. I can easily afford it. It's pocket change. I have a huge budget. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously. Yeah, man. Guaranteed, if I go on that world tour, if Peter Jackson's chosen, guaranteed the fans are gonna ask him, Peter, what would you say is the biggest difference between Zayn and Lord of the Rings? Peter's like, guys, I don't want to make this a competition. You know what I'm saying? He'll be like, yeah, Zayn is a lot more easier to film. Because it's easier to follow Ivan's story than it is to follow J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. As J.R.R. Tolkien has so many lands that I have to cut out so many scenes. Whereas Ivan's book, we were able to follow like the majority of the scenes. I got 80% of the scenes. And we add a good 20%, we add a good 20% of details and changes for dialogue and additional scenes to make the story more interesting, obviously. Yeah, I'd say Ivan's story is a lot more interesting it's a lot more easier to film. You know what I'm saying? Was Lord of the Rings is fucking hard to film, yes, because J.R.R. Tolkien's book is tough to adapt, obviously. Everyone who read J.R.R. Tolkien's book, they all said, yeah, J.R.R. Tolkien's book is a difficult book to adapt. Because you can't follow that kind of story 100%. You can't do it, man. If you do that, you're looking at like a 25-hour movie. It's crazy, man. You have to cut out a lot of stuff, obviously. But you can follow at least a good 55-60% of it, obviously, if you made it to 6 movies. But New Line made it into 3 movies, obviously. If I were New Line, I would have made Lord of the Rings into 6 movies. I would have had like a 2-year filming schedule for the actors. I would have made 6 movies. Book 1, Book 2, Book 3, Book 4, Book 5, Book 6. And each of the movies came in 2 parts. So Fellowship of the Ring, Part 1, Part 2, Two Towers, Part 1, Part 2. But New Line only gave Peter 3 movies, and they gave him a $9 million budget. He had to condense it down to 3 hours. He had to cut out everything. Yeah, he had no choice, man. Whereas for my movie, Peter Jackson I don't have to worry about my movie being too long because I'm releasing it on 4K Blu-ray. I don't have to worry about the theater time constraints at the movie theaters. Because for movie theaters, the max you can do is like a 3-hour movie. If it's longer than that, chances are the theaters might allow your movie. It's too long. Look, I heard the original footage of Fellowship of the Ring was 4 hours long. Peter Jackson had to cut it down to 3 hours for the theatrical version, and then he released like 30 to 40 minutes of footage for the extended editions. Obviously, people are like, yeah, Ivan, for your movie, I don't have to worry about time constraints in the theaters because you're releasing on 4K Blu-ray. We can make a fucking 12, 13-hour long movie. Yeah, 14-hour long movie. Yeah. Something tells you my movie will be a good maybe 15 hours long, and I'll cut it down to like 12 and a half hours 13 hours, and I'll release an extended edition for the world to buy, obviously, a couple of years later. And me and VJ will make our billions, billions for that too. The whole world will buy that, obviously. Look, we are gonna be fucking loaded, man. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Me and VJ are gonna be loaded, man. That's why Skyscrapers is more than enough. I'm not gonna invest my money in any other business. VJ, we're gonna make a good, like, I don't know, 50, $60 billion off Zanus. And another 50 billion, I don't know, $90 billion we're going to make off the 80, $90 billion we're going to make off Zanus for the movies and the merch. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make another, I don't know, 80 billion off the, off what? Off $70 billion off Gray Escape. Yeah, we're making, by the time I do They're Unique, I'm going to have what? $200 plus billion in my bank, man. I'm going to be fucking loaded, man. And by the time I do the 5 movies, me and VJ are going to have 300 billion in our bank. We're going to be loaded. But even though we're loaded, we're not as rich as the Gatekeepers. The Gatekeepers are worth a couple $1 trillion. Before I said 500 billion, no, they're worth at least a couple $1 trillion. I don't know, $2-3 trillion. If you're taking home a percentage of the wealth made around the trillions made around the world, I can only imagine how rich the Gatekeepers are. They're probably making, I don't know, they're 100 plus billion every year. Every year. Whereas me, I'm making that kind of money for like the term of each movie. Whereas they're making like 100 billion every year every year, like free cash, man. Yeah, man, they're fucking loaded people, man. Obviously. Hence why I'm not investing my money in any other businesses. The amount of money I'm making off my movies and merch is more than enough, man. It's more than enough, I'm saying. It's more than enough. It is more than enough. You see what I'm saying? It is more than enough. Obviously. It is more than enough. We don't need any more money. Obviously, right? Yeah, man. Yeah, I read online. I read that book and I heard. Yeah, Sean Austin complained about his when New Line offered Sean Austin that $250,000 contract. Sean Austin was shocked. He's like, holy shit! Like New Line's cheap. They're paying me $250K for 3 movies. That's shitty money. That's blood, sweat, and tears for $250K. Yeah, and he complained about his paychecks, obviously, and he still destroyed the role. So imagine Sean Austin got a shitty $250K paycheck. And he still destroyed the role of Sam in Lord of the Rings, man. He worked hard. You can only imagine how hard these actors for Zanes are going to work for me, man. Because I'm paying them their millions, man. They're fucking millions. They're going to work harder for me, obviously. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know some of the Hollywood CEOs are assholes, man. The one Hollywood CEO in fucking what? The one Hollywood CEO in fucking what? The one Hollywood CEO in New Line, he told Elijah Wood, yeah, you have a crappy agent. You know what I'm saying? He's like, if you had a good agent, you have a crappy agent, we would have paid you twice of what we paid you. He told Elijah Wood that, obviously. And then Peter Jackson got offended. He's like, don't tell an actor that. You're gonna put him down. Don't tell your fucking star that you could have paid him more money. You're gonna make your actor feel like shit. And that's what the New Line fucking CEO did to Elijah Wood. It's a fucking evil thing to do. And I guarantee Elijah Wood got pissed off that. He got pissed off when he heard that. He's like, what the fuck? So I could have made my $500K per movie, $600K per movie, instead of $250K per movie, and you fucking brag about that? You could have paid me more, yeah. And Peter Jackson stood up to Elijah Wood, hey, don't tell fucking Elijah Wood that, man. He's your fucking star. And he told him that. The CEO told Elijah Wood that, yeah. I'm not kidding around, guy. Read the fucking books. Around the 200-page mark around there, 220-page mark around, 230-page, 250-page mark around there, around that range of the book, the guy quotes the CEO telling Elijah Wood that you have a crappy agent. Yeah. And I can only imagine how Elijah Wood felt, knowing that he could have got paid more for his movie, but he got paid his shittier money, obviously. Yeah, he still worked hard, because he signed a contract, obviously. Because the actors signed a contract, they're entitled to work hard. Even if they get shitty money, they still have to work hard. You're paying them, they're entitled to work hard for you. You see what I'm saying? But it's not hard to figure. It's not hard to what? 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 To see what? To see the difference, obviously. Money talks, man. The more you pay the crewmen and the actors and your directors, the harder they'll work for you. The less you pay them, the less hard they work for you. They'll still work hard because they sign a contract. They're entitled to work hard, but they won't work as hard. There's a reason why some of the lighting crewmen in Lord of the Rings quit because they got the money. They obviously knew the labor isn't worth the money. The money isn't worth the labor. The labor isn't worth the money. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not gonna do grueling blood, sweat, and tears for fucking what? For fucking 30K a year and get served shittier food. Yeah, I heard in the movie. I heard in for Lord of the Rings, the actors got served a buffet. I heard. But from what I've read, they served them like shepherd's pie and chili and pasta and that kind of stuff. Yes, if you serve them shitty food like that, they're not gonna work as hard for you, man. I remember how before my video I said there's sometimes Hollywood might give their actors a buffet sometimes. But from what I've seen in Star Wars, the actors got one plate. I heard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I saw the crewman Lord of the Rings. It didn't look like they got served a buffet. It looked like they got served one plate bullshit. But I don't know. From what I heard from the book, they said the actors had maybe the actors had a buffet and the crewman didn't. I don't know. Obviously, but even if the actors got served the buffet, Hollywood served them shittier food, like chili, pasta, and potatoes and beef and that kind of stuff. They cook food in trailers. Yeah, man, don't serve them food like that. No, man, serve them a nice luxurious buffet with hamburger sliders, crispy bread fries, poutine, teriyaki rice, and teriyaki pork, beef, chicken, meat, nice ribs and wings. You know what I'm saying? Nice pizza. Nice, thin crust. I'm going to tell the head chefs, make sure you make thin crust pizza. Don't make thick crust pizza. No, make thin crust pizza. Thin crust pizza is better. I know what I'm doing. Make it crunchy and thin. Thin crust. Make thin crust pizza, guys, and make sliders. Don't make big burgers. No. Make sliders, small sliders, and make nice crispy breaded fries like Costco fries. And make nice homemade gravy, nice cheese from the farms for the burgers, for the poutine. Yeah. And I'll even have options of bacon. I'll even have options of bacon for the poutine and the hamburgers. You can have your bacon with your poutine and your hamburgers if you want. You have your lettuce, your tomatoes. You can dress your sliders obviously with lettuce, tomatoes. You have ketchup. You have ketchup. You have chipotle sauce. You have mayonnaise. You have mustard. You have barbecue sauce, and you can have it with bacon and nice stuff to dress your burgers. You can also put bacon in your poutine if you want. That way, your crewmen work harder for you, obviously. As Hollywood serves, I told you, Hollywood serves the fucking actors and crewmen cheaper food, man. They serve them pretty good food, like chili. I read the book. They serve them like chili. You know what I'm saying? And from what I'm seeing behind these Lord of the Rings, they had beef and potatoes and veggies and that kind of stuff. Even the Hobbit, I saw the food the actors ate. It was beef, potatoes, and all that stuff. Don't serve the actors that kind of food. No, man. Serve them better food. That way they're not stressed out, obviously. I heard New Line Cinema, they gave the actors pizza sometimes, obviously. Like I said in my past videos, obviously. But that's only sometimes. Usually they probably serve them that shittier food like chili and that kind of stuff. No, man. Serve them a luxury buffet where they work harder for you. And that way, the actors are not stressed out. Because there's nothing worse than working in the middle of nowhere, busting one and they're serving you meat, potatoes, and pasta and that kind of stuff. No, man. It's the best feeling in the world to get paid a lot of money and doing that blood, sweat, and tears in the middle of nowhere and getting served luxury food. I know I'm doing. Show my camera here.